Let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. They don't get this snapped in time. This is going to back them up. And they're going to go ahead and let the play stand as it happens. They decline the penalty. And that penalty is going to go ahead and put them right back where they started. It's 1st and 10 again. From the gun, it's Mahomes. To the left and hauled in by Kelsey. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
1st down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. That one finds Xavier Worthy. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. They get an even 10 on that play. And it'll be 1st down, Kansas City. Operating from the gun, here's Mahomes. Hauled in by Worthy. And they're going to hold him down just shy of the 40.
The goal of that little drag route is to get him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. That picked up a good chunk, and it was nearly a big play.
Let's see what they want to do here, partner. It's 2nd and inches. Again, Mahomes to throw. He beams one deep right. This is caught inside the 15. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down.
1st and goal at the 3-yard line.
Pacheco has nothing on that run. They stand strong and stop him at the 2.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on 1st and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on 2nd down.
And he runs it across. Touchdown! The Chiefs take a 6-0 lead on their opening drive. It's an Isaiah Pacheco touchdown. No doubt about that one, Brock. They softened that defense up with that lengthy opening series, and then the front just couldn't stand up to the run as they reached the end zone.
Yeah, the numbers tell you, kind of just like baseball, you love home runs, you love explosive plays, but when you can play small ball and you can keep that defense gasping on the field, you can often run it right down their throats in the red zone.
Reed now to kick this one away. Return coming from the 6. He stopped on the return at the 27. They're out and set. 1st and 10. To throw, here's Bennett. And his first offering of the game winds up incomplete. Couldn't connect with Puka Nacua. So it'll be 2nd down.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes. And your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time? Well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Bennett now to throw. A lot of players around this one, and it is intercepted. Justin Reed has the INT. Already in an early hole on the scoreboard. That is not what they needed in response, Brock. Giving away possession with the pick.
You know, we got a lot of game left, obviously. Nowhere close to them putting it away. But you can see things starting to unravel a little bit, even after just 2 possessions. A touchdown here could really continue that momentum towards an early runaway.
That one's incomplete. Had the connection, but some stone hands got in the way there. That's one he knows he should have had. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down. Shotgun snap, they're going to throw. Pocket isn't holding up, they're able to drop it. And that pushes them back, 3rd down coming up.
Sometimes I wish everybody could feel what that feels like. When you're a QB and you just feel the air in the pocket getting sucked out and you know there's no escape, it can be just one heck of a deflating feeling. Not for that defense who puts a sack on the board.
3rd and long for Mahomes. That's caught in stride by Rice. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks. Mahomes to throw for it. He finds him beyond the marker. And they haul him down just a foot or 2 shy of the red zone. They stun the defense with a gain of 14 on 4th down and pick up the 1st. Back to throw Mahomes. Finds his man Rice. And he's in for the Kansas City touchdown. The Chiefs parlay the interception into points. But Kerr to try the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Chiefs drive out to an early 14-0 lead. Reed now to kick this one away. Starting from the 5. Oh, he's showing some burst on this return. And he's out of bounds at the 45-yard line. They'll take that every time. Great field position to begin this drive.
When you get contributions like that out of your kickoff returner, it is such a boost to an offense. This is about showing no fear, hitting the lane hard, a determined run back, and setting your offense up with great field position.
And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have 2nd down and 3.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Back to the well again. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
An offensive group really hoped he was going to get it all right there, reset it back to 1st down. But instead, the defense, well, they're not going to let anything come easy. And their fight is giving them a chance to stall things out on the 3rd and short.
He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. And now they're left with 4th and short. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
Trying to push this past the marker. And that hit stops him in his tracks. So the run doesn't get the yardage. It's a turnover on down. All right, the Chiefs in good field position here as they start out 1st and 10. Now it's Mahomes. Catch is made down the right sideline. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
Running out of the gun with Pacheco. And he gets him around 6 there. Emmanuel Forbes in on the tackle. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4. Looking to throw Mahomes. He's got him. That's Pacheco. They'll have 1st and goal to go now after they gained 18 on the previous play.
Something out of nothing, Kate, that may as well be listed on his resume because he's so good at it. Caught that one near the line, and after that, it was all him. turning a modest pass into far more than a modest gain.
This one's a little touch pass forward to his man coming across. And they'll make this stop after a small push to the 5. He gets him 3, and this brings up 2nd and goal. Pacheco gets it from the gun. And he's in. Touchdown, Kansas City. The Chiefs take a 20-zip lead. It's an Isaiah Pacheco touchdown. Extra point by Butker is up and good. And the Chiefs push their lead to 21-zip already. Reed now to kick this one away. Fielded at the 7. Only manages to get this back to the 20 before he's taken down. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Tight end in motion right. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Now, don't think for a second they're going to slow down the tempo. Defense on their heels. And right now is the best chance to go push that envelope and get aggressive.
They're set up at the 35 now. They send a man in motion. First down, and they go right back to him. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Brought down behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2.
We've arrived at the end of one on Thursday night. 21-0 our score. We'll return to Inglewood in just a moment. Time for the second quarter of play. It's Rams football. They have 2nd down behind the sticks. Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And this defense offering no room at all up the gut there. No gain. That's George Karlaftis who got there for the stop. He didn't get anything on that run, so struggles on the ground, leaving them with 3rd and long. Looking to throw, Bennett. Oh, this is getting ugly early. Intercepted again. Picked up by Jalen Watson. And the Chiefs get it back on his 6th interception of the season.
Well, that's now 2, Kate, that they've gotten him for picks in this game, and he's got to be careful, right? You've got to protect the football. It is the greatest treasure you have as an offense. In this defense, well, they've got 2 in their pocket, and you know they're going to be going after number 3.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Blitz coming. Mahomes has it at the 7. Touchdown, Kansas City. It is a word broadcasters hesitate to use for a lot of reasons, but 4 touchdowns in 4 drives, Brock. I think we can throw it out here. Perfection thus far.
Yeah, this game will humble you at this level. I mean, this is the best of the best playing it, and you don't normally see this kind of execution and this kind of efficiency, so I understand that word perfection. I will remind everybody, though, it's not how you start, it's how you finish.
Has this at the 6. Tackle made as the return gets it out to the 32. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he has enough room to gain about 4.
You know, Kate, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game, right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage, B, it sets up your play action, and C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Another carry for him. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
You know, Kate, during draft season, I was talking to an NFL GM, and he said, you know what, in time, we're going to realize tackles for loss are just as big a deal as sacks. Sacks get so much of the popularity. Tackles for loss, when you knock that offense backwards, I promise you, in time, we'll be keeping a closer eye on plays like that one.
Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And hey, at least he held onto the football, but they will get nothing on that return. So no return on that punt. And the Chiefs will get set to go on offense. Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43. It gives to Pacheco to start the drive. And he's across midfield into Rams territory. Call it 9 yards. Looked like a first for a moment. It's 2nd and 1. Right back to Pacheco. And they bring him down around the 34. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the 1st down, but got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. It's Pacheco again. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. They'll give this up the middle to Pacheco. And he's taken down on a short run that gets inside the 35. Moving in the right direction that time, but only 2 yards picked up, so it's 3rd and 9.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
3rd down, it's Mahomes. On the move, headed right. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And he has it down to the 8-yard line on the play. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal. We're at the 2-minute warning now from SoFi. The Chiefs pushing for points. 4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. A counter give here to Pacheco. And the defense will not be beaten to the edge. They make the stop. No gain that time, and now it'll be 2nd and goal.
You know, Kate, these are the situations in training camp that I love more than anything to watch. You learn so much about a football team in these goal-to-go situations. You know you got to protect that goal line, and the defense, well, they did the job on 1st down. More to come.
The play clock ran all the way down there, and this is going to cost the offense. So that penalty declines. They're happy enough stuffing that last play at the line for no gain. It's 2nd and goal. running it after the penalty. And he's able to fight this down to the 2. A solid run, 7 yards on the pickup, and that brings up 3rd and goal.
You make that call to just give yourself a fighting chance on 3rd down, Kate. Take at least a little bite out of the big meal between them and the 1st down marker. And that should make this upcoming call a little less daunting.
And he's not going to reach the end zone. They bring him down at the 1. Just a 1-yard pickup there. Now a call to make on 4th and goal from the 1.
Well, the defense, they couldn't stop him for a loss, but they denied him the goal line at least. Now we get to see, right, decision time, one of these critical decisions of whether or not they're going to go for an all-or-nothing 4th down play.
That brings us to halftime. We'll get a break as our teams make their adjustments and then return with more of the NFL on EA Sports in just a little bit. Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Huard with you as we're about set to begin the 3rd quarter. Reed now to kick this one away. Kickoff taken at the 3. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Bennett throwing here. Setting up the screen. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
I know coordinator and quarterback going to be upset with that 1st down because you call a screen on 1st, you're thinking stay ahead of schedule. Even a minimal gain to stay on pace, but instead, well, that defense creates a negative play and sets them back behind the sticks.
Completed to his running back. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he gets a few on the plunge forward.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
2nd down now, 7 to go. From the 39. Hits his running back. He's corralled after a modest 4-yard gain. Justin Reed with the tackle.
That's the defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Trying to throw here out of the gun. Short pass brought in. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down.
Those kind of completions are so frustrating, Kate. It's like a putt. You got it on line, you feel good about it's going in the hole, but you never want to leave it short.
Looks like they will indeed try it. 4th and 2. They'll run for this. And he pushes forward, but they don't get much there. So the run doesn't get the yardage. It's a turnover on downs.
Hey, I am all for aggression. You get 4 downs, go for it. But I do have to wonder here, Kate, after being denied once again, is there going to be a trust level on that sidelines to go for it the next time they get this shot?
And the defense gets there to force a small loss. Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. From the gun, it's Mahomes. That's caught by Hollywood Brown. And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a 31-yard play. And the Chiefs are going to have a first down.
First down, Chiefs.
Running left with Pacheco. And he's able to bring this one down to the 4-yard line. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3. A give right side. Here's Pacheco. And here's another stop made right at the line. Nice back-to-back reps from this defense.
These linebackers of today, they are so quick. They're so twitchy. You don't get a body on them in a hurry, they're going to stick you right at the line of scrimmage.
Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. They'll run it. Here's Pacheco. And he's in for the touchdown. The Chiefs push their lead further to start the half. It's an Isaiah Pacheco touchdown. His 3rd of the game on the ground. That one splits the uprights. And the Chiefs continue piling on to this lead. Reed now to kick this one away. From well into the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he gets up beyond the 20, but they plant him a few inches into the ground to end that return. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Back to throw, here's Bennett. Watson with the catch. And they take him down at the 24-yard line.
How's your block shedding out there, boys? Because they need to get through some blocks to hang that screen up quickly. And they were Johnny on the spot.
Cox, Cooper Kupp makes the play. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
They'll run here on 1st down. And his charge towards the line, that's right around 3 yards.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
2nd down now, 7 to go. They give it to him again. He breaks a tackle. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. An excellent gain, 20 yards there. That's going to move the sticks.
Oh, they didn't see what that draw had coming until it was too late, Kate. And when they saw the opening he's about to hit, well, can't really repeat what they were saying down there, but I could promise you none of it was any good.
Hands it to the receiver here in motion. Oh, look at this sweep. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
You know what that felt like to me, Kate? That felt like a little bit of overthinking, where he was just waiting for the perfect lane and the breakaway run. But against defenses in this league, you hesitate, you get tackled for a loss.
And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
This coordinator tried to show some trust and belief in his offense. A run after a negative run? Well, you lose a lot of equity and belief in that coordinator. I don't think he's going to try a 3rd run after back-to-back negative losses.
We've reached the end of the 3rd quarter on this Thursday night. It's Rams football, and they're probably ready to just get this final quarter over with. Let's see what they went with on third down. Off the play fake, he'll throw. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along their route, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. When the line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow.
Here he goes. Got to have this on fourth down. That's cut beyond the marker. And they've got him down near the red zone at the 22. They go for it on fourth down and get it in a big way. 25 yards there. They're now set for 1st and 10. Running it now out of the gun. Room inside the 10. And he's finally taken down at the 7-yard line. That one goes for 15, and now they're going to have 1st and goal.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great block in the spring of guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And he's brought down for a loss. Moving quickly, trying to get set again.
A loss of 2 brings up 2nd and goal at the Chiefs' 9-yard line.
Fakes the handoff, now to throw. From the pocket isn't holding up, they're able to drop it. And that sack gonna cost them some yardage.
Bend. Even good defenses, great defenses in this league, Kate, they're going to bend at times, but you never want to break. And when you get a sack in the red zone, well, that goes a long ways to helping your efforts.
3rd and long for him here. Almost had 6, but can't find him in the end zone. Incomplete.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. 1 alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
Slide's kick is up and good. And Brock, I'd say that's more of a moral victory than something that's really going to affect the deficit much.
After I'd imagine dozens and dozens of kicks into that net on the sideline staying warm, Kate, he finally gets his chance to knock a field goal through the uprights. And of course, he wasn't going to whiff on that opportunity.
And the Chiefs cover up the kick. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Running right is Pacheco. And they beat him to the edge. That run stopped back at the line. No progress on 1st down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10. Running up the middle, Pacheco. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39. Here's 5 on that play. They need 5 more now on 3rd down.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Okay, you know me, I can't resist. I thought we might have needed the old Gene Steratore index card down there, making a really close measurement to see if he got the 1st down or not. But in the end, well, the right call was made. He got just enough to move the chains.
Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
2nd down run by Pacheco. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. A couple yards on the run. It's 3rd and 6 now.
When you don't have great success on 1st down, Kate, it's a little bit like a hitter in baseball falling behind in the count. And all you want to do as a hitter is get back to a fighting chance. Give yourself a better count. That play, well, it does the same here. Now a much more manageable and opportune third down situation.
And he's tackled with markers down. This one should be on the defense. Easy call for the officials there. He was offsides at the snap, and that's going to cost him. After the penalty, 3rd and a yard coming up. They'll run here following the penalty. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
That's a BYOB. You got to be your own blocker. It would have taken the entire defense piling on to stop him from getting that first down. Well done.
And he gets this down to the 22 before being stopped. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
You know, Kate, these are what I call the body blows. It's not a home run. It doesn't deliver a chunk play, but it's these runs of 1 to 5 that keep you on schedule and take a little bit of steam out of that defense.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Handoff now to the receiver. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss. And the Rams add a man to the secondary. We've got 5 in the nickel, 3rd down. Pacheco gets it from the gun. And they were on him from the start. He's brought down for a massive loss.
Can I have a moment, Kate? Just a moment to marvel at how well they reacted to that play on defense. They were all over it from the start, getting behind the line to blow up a play that how many times do we see as highlight reel touchdowns going the other way?
Online, but not enough juice. It's no good short. And they're unable to pile another 3 onto that lead.
Something I would have never said 20 years ago, Kate, when I started this business, but it rattles through my big old noggin now. That miss really has an effect on fantasy football owners more than anybody else. Imagine the poor soul somewhere, anywhere, who ends up losing in fantasy this week specifically because of that miss.
And he'll only get this one up to about the 47. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and
8. Another carry for him. Spins out of one stop. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
Okay, this is why coaches across all levels of football harp on the importance of good, fundamental tackling, not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when one of their guys has a chance to bring down a running back, they're able to do it and keep those plays from going any further.
First down, and they go right back to him. And he won't get anything there. Several defenders nearby to hold him up. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
At the Chiefs' 42-yard line.
One final shot here. A bit of desperation on this deep shot. And that last pass falls incomplete as this game comes to a close. So score this a win for the Chiefs. And this was the type of response you always hope to see.